In example 6.7, we're being asked to define a linear function, and there are some conditions for us to be able to write this linear function. It says that we have to pass through -8, -10, so there's an ordered pair that we have to be aware of on that, and we are also expected to be parallel to the line whose equation is given by y equals -4x plus 3. So when we're being asked to define a linear function, we are going to have to come up with an equation and then the appropriate domain to go with that. So because it says linear for the function, that immediately tells me that my equation has to be of the form y equals mx plus b. Now I don't want to use the equation y equals -4x plus 3, the one that we have circled in red here, because that's part of the second condition, which says that I have to be parallel to that particular equation. So to help us understand what that means, let's go ahead and plot -4x plus 3. Start with the y-intercept at 3. Slope can be thought of as -4/1. So if I use the slope -4/1, I should get several points that I can use all in a straight line. So let me draw a straight line. Pretend that's straight, and we will call this y equals -4x plus 3. Now the function that we're trying to find define has to cross through the point -8, -10, but it is supposed to be parallel to the line that we've drawn here in red. So if I was just trying to estimate, it would look probably something kind of like this. That would be parallel to the red line passing through our particular point of interest. Now I don't want to just estimate, I want to be able to graph it exactly. And according to our definition for parallel, in order for two lines to be parallel, I know that their slopes have to be the same. So the slope of this red line is -4. So the slope of my blue line also will have to be -4. So I can use the slope. Let me go mark a few points, and just like that, I have enough points to draw a straight line. And now it's not just an estimate, it is exact. And that is the line that we're going to be trying to write the equation for, and then we'll use that to write the function definition. So since we know the slope is -4, let's come over here to the equation and write y equals -4x plus b. So b represents the y value that goes with the y-intercept. The graph that I have does not cross the y-axis on the window that we provided. However, if I was to think about taking this line and continuing it on, eventually, and I'm not even going to be able to show it here, but eventually I would get to the point where I cross the y-axis, and it's going to be somewhere way down here below -10. Now, I don't know exactly where it is, but we can calculate that. The point that we've been given is -8, -10. So I'm going to let x be equal to -8, let y be equal to -10, and then my equation is now going to read -10 is equal to -4 times -8 plus b. This would imply that -10 is equal to +32 plus b, and then there's only one value of b that will make this statement true, and that is b must be equal to -42. So that tells me the exact location of where I'm going to be crossing the y-axis. Now that seems consistent with the picture that I have drawn. It's certainly taking us way off the graph here, and somewhere below -10, -42 seems very reasonable. So the equation that we're going to use is y equals -4x minus 42. And we'll pick a function name, let's say f, and f will have a domain of all real numbers given by the equation f of x is equal to negative 4x minus 42. And that's what we're really after there. So there's two things going on here with this example. We're using the graph here to have a geometric approach to understanding what we're being asked to do. And then over here on the left, we have all this algebraic work that we're doing. And the algebraic work can be done independently of the picture. So if you get to the point where you understand what's being asked, it doesn't say anything in here that you have to graph. We're just doing that to help us visualize what it is that we're doing. So the algebraic approach is really all that's necessary to eventually get you to the function definition that we have.